Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Environmental Coffee House. We have a special guest tonight, guys. We didn't know that he was.
Hello.
We didn't know he was coming from the North Pole. We had no idea because I said, "Bah humbug." We don't want to. I'm not having any goddamn Christmas. And guess what? He flew right in. He flew in. Hi, Santa.
Oh, hello, little Sandy. It's okay that you're ball humbug right now.
A little Sandy.
The, the little picture of the kitty cat down at the bottom. It's all it took, and I had to be there.
Hi,
So cute.
Jennifer.
Hey, Sandy. Hey, Santa.
Well, welcome
Sandy Santa.
everybody. Welcome everybody to Environmental Coffee House. We are actually wanting to have a little bit of an uplifting discussion. Well, I mean, there's a lot of not uplifting things that are going on, and you know, it's very often that's what we cover on the channel, and maybe we could have a conversation with everybody in the chat, interactive with what's going on and how you guys are feeling. And let's wait for people to join us, more people to join us. And I'm just so happy you're all here. Kim and Cindy Seeley and Climate Marcher John, who's been on the show, and Rich Diana and Trish Kaiser, Rollins Witch, Anthony Davis, welcome. And happy Unholiday. That's how I feel. Happy Unholiday!
You're
Yay!
being a real bah humbug, aren't you?
I am being a real bah humbug. Happy Unholiday!
That a girl.
Oh.
You go get him, Jennifer. Go quick.
We got somebody, Collapse Chronicle. Sam says, NPR said Angel Fauci has vaccinated Santa so he can climb down your chimney without giving you corona panic. No
Whoa,
joke. Oh,
Fauci did it
wow.
himself. It was what it is.
So tell me, Santa, where the hell have you been all year? Have you gotten the vaccine? Have you are you wearing a mask underneath your beard?
Well, I'm by myself here in my little Zoom shop, so I don't need a mask. But I wear it when I'm around the elves, of course. Those little boogers.
Oh
But
yeah,
yes,
tell
I've
us.
I've been all over, of course, watching and playing and having a jolly good time, and at the same
Uh,
time, not so much jolly good time watching what's happening. So
no,
ah, it's a
no.
it's a paradoxical Christmas.
A
It really is.
paradoxical
Your new,
Christmas.
your newest song that goes along with Jingle
There
Bells.
you go.
Paradox.
Christmas paradox, Christmas paradox. What the hell's
Aw,
going on?
geez, I wonder, do I have anything to go with it? I don't know. Should we sing about Christmas? It's great to be here.
Yes.
So what's going on? Tell us, really, seriously, what have you been doing since the last time you were here? There's a lot. Talk. Say
Oh
hi to
my! It's
everybody.
hello everyone. Nice to see you in my dual paradoxical role because, of course, everyone is the Santa and has the infinite generosity to share of themselves and to be in this wonderful world and so we're playing with this paradox I was saying before
Right?
of knowing that the magic is still alive and lives as us every moment. We are this magical creation happening, and at the same time, as we see our world, we can't help but shake our little jingle brains around a little bit, and and just say, "Wow, how do I be amidst the zaniness that's going on, not just with our climate, but of course there's that. We kind of put
Yeah,
that on
of course.
the back burner a bit,
There's
but
that.
so I've
There's
been
that.
dancing in the paradox like all of you, and wondering how are my little peeps out in the world going to be this holiday season, and can they find not just in consumerism and gifts, but the generosity of the
There we
heart
go.
to hold themselves and to hold others as they go through this very challenging time.
It is a challenging time. People, Billy Joe just said every time I mention climate change, my wife puts up more Christmas decorations and the whole house is decorated now inside and out. Well, at least you have, I didn't put up a thing. I don't really care. This is about as festive as I got. I have no plans to leave and it doesn't bother me. And you know what? I have to tell you guys something. I get that like depression around every Christmas. I get a bit of depressed and like a seasonal affect thing. I'm not depressed at all this year. I don't have any decorations up. My life sucks. And I'm not depressed. What the hell is that? I know. And I'm not on antidepressants either. So don't think that the only antidepressant I'm on is my little vape every now and then, So that's a good thing, right? Well, that's a good thing.
Yes, it is. And it's really important to realize that everyone is going through different things in this time of year also, let alone what they're going through with their understanding of the climate or the political situation or COVID or friends or family with COVID. So there's just so much happening that part of the generosity that's being called forth now is this empathy for everyone else. That we just don't know what's going on with other people, and we need to hold that presence for them, especially now through the holidays.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, empathy is a funny thing. Those of us that are empaths, sometimes it's a great thing, and sometimes it comes back to bite you in the ass. Empathy and caring sometimes opens you wide up, but again, I'm not a victim, and I'm not anything other than I'm all right. You too, Jen? I got Jen in my life. I got you, Santa Claus, visiting my house.
Yeah.
We've got fairy dust in the chat. Hi, fairy dust.
Hello.
We've got and you know what? Tanya says low expectations good for maintaining equilibrium, Sandy. And that's what I always say, Tanya. If you have no expectations, you don't get disappointed. Right, Jennifer?
Yeah, it's absolutely true. And I'd like to kind of give a plug for video communication with your family. I had a beautiful conversation with my sister today, and lives in
that's awesome.
We FaceTimed each other. I haven't seen her for 3 years. She lives in England.
Jesus Christ.
We're very close, but she lives in Essex, and I went to her wedding 3 years ago and saw her then, but haven't seen her since. So basically, we kind of both went around our houses, respective houses, flipped it around and showed all the little, because I did do a lot of Christmas decorations this year, and we kind of split up the family Christmas decorations. So she has half and I have half. They're just the two of us. So she showed me her tree, and we found all like the matching decorations and stuff.
Aw, that's awesome. Well, I didn't put up decorations because to me right now, decorations would mean more cleaning, more watching the cats. So I mean, I know bah humbug, right? Yeah. But I'm glad you did, Jennifer. And if I could, I would be at your house for Christmas with you and Marion hanging out. It would be great. Jennifer is not, I mean, Jennifer's got a wonderful friend, and I'm so thrilled for you because, you could have been stuck and you weren't. So we have some things to be grateful about. We really do. We all do. Hi, Dee Dee Sunbeam. So what were you going to say, Santa?
Well, I was just going to say that way to make a full circle there, that you can feel the bah humbug and still circle around to the things that you are grateful for in your life, and that realize that it's going to be a back and forth, right? We're knee deep in the forgetting game, right? We know this. We know this, that we're in this grand forgetting, and what's urging itself forward, like the comparison to the caterpillar going in the cocoon or something, that what we're doing now is the great remembering.
Great.
And this is what's happening for us, is that we know that we're in the forgetting game. So we're going back and forth, and sometimes it's really hard in the forgetting, and we get lost, and then we do what right and straightened out. And that's what you just did there by finding something to be grateful for.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Jen, what do you say? What would you say, like, looking back at this whole year of all of the stuff we've done, that has given you the most, warm and good feeling? We've done a lot. We've lived through a lot this year, and there's, the pros and cons about COVID and masks and fighting, and we did at least get rid of Donald Trump, we think. But oh yeah, right. Tell us, what do you think?
It's very odd because I feel like there's such a dichotomy in my mind and in my awareness, because there's all the understanding of the foobar of our planet. I mean, I don't even know how to refer to it anymore. It's all fucked up beyond all repair. And then there's my personal life, which is really very productive, happy, forward-looking, taking off. And then there's this pandemic, which has forced us into isolation. And just as this pandemic was starting, one of my good old friends, like it was last February, and I guess this is pretty much what I'm most grateful for. Last February, Mary showed up, and she had been living overseas in various countries, and she came and she said she just wanted to come back to the U.S. She's kind of an expat, right? And she just wanted to come back to the U.S. for about, 6 weeks to take care of various things that she wanted to take care of. And so she did. And as soon as she came came to my house, and we had lived together, oh God, back in the mid 80s, right? I mean, and we had lived in Southern California. We had been kind of young together, running along the beach, just very optimistic time of life. So that whole energy kind of came back to roost too. And we get along seamlessly, and it's just lovely. So, I have a companion for the pandemic, and I didn't expect to have anything of course we didn't know the pandemic was going to happen, right? So for that strange twist of fate, I'm extremely grateful, because I think going through this pandemic in lockdown, which I have been, and I have been isolating, and thank the Lord I live in a bubble where I work at home anyway, so it wasn't like a huge sacrifice. And then also I'm a huge introvert, believe it or not. So, I mean, for me, isolating at home was just like a no-brainer. It was so easy, and it continues to be so easy to do. I've got lots of different pursuits and things like that. And
Right.
then to have a companion to share that with as we go through this really weird and surreal time, I'm very grateful for that,
That was beautiful. Jen, if you could maybe make your mic a little bit louder. That's all.
Okay, how about that? Is that a little
That's-
bit better?
Yeah, I like it. Kim had mentioned, and that was beautiful, because you really, as the year went by and I talked to you, you are happy, and that makes me happy. And no matter how crappy things might be going for me, I'm not going to be a victim or be feeling sorry for myself, because I have an awful lot more than the people that can't pay their rent. And that picture that I had put up as a thumbnail, some people didn't like it, but it really was indicative of the United States right now, be it because of COVID or what. And a lot of people, feel that it wasn't necessary to do lockdowns, and I am not going to take a position on lockdowns. I think masks, just wear the mask, whatever. Lockdowns, it's not right now. I'm not educated enough on any of that, but at least we're still here, and I haven't had it that I know. You haven't had it. Santa Claus, you didn't have it, did
Nope.
you?
Nope. No COVID for me.
Antonio.
Thank you.
Okay.
Antonio,
Yeah, Antonio did. My parents did, 86 and 90, and they're okay. It's amazing. It's a really freaky thing, you know. It's a freaky thing. It hits some people really badly and some people not, and it just makes everybody fight. So I'm just grateful that we're we're okay. And I don't want to fight about it or have any arguments.
Right.
Santa Claus, you live in the North Pole, and
Yeah.
is the North Pole where you live? Is it permamush?
Perma mush.
That's a Jenniferism.
That's a good one. Well, as you know, the pole is moving, so we're always kind of shaking a little bit, and the ice is all going away. So we're kind of looking around, saying, "What the heck's going on here, you guys?" And trying to figure out, and that's when we come to the environmental coffee house to find the state of the planet and figure out what's happening with our weather up here, because the North Pole weather guy just always says it's a beautiful day in the North Pole. What the heck?
What the heck? What the heck? The beautiful day in the North Pole. Okay. And you haven't stepped in any cracks and you haven't fallen in and you didn't have to have the reindeers come get you out of the water.
No, and
Okay.
no methane pongo didn't suck me up or anything yet. But
Not
I hear,
yet.
I hear rumor of
Not
those things.
yet. Yes, and Jennifer could fill you in on those.
Yeah, why don't you give me a quick update on my North Pole there, Jennifer?
Absolutely, Pingo Queen.
Pingo,
Well, Pingo Queen. Yeah, that's
Pingo,
kind of cute.
Pingo,
Pingo, Pingo. Jennifer's the Pingo Queen.
I like the Pingo Queen.
Pingo Queen.
All right. Hey Santa, like your workshop, you've got a major real estate investment in your workshop, and you try and keep your workshop kind of right around the North Pole, don't you? Is that where you make all your toys? It's the North Pole?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have little
Yes,
elves
ma'am.
there. Presumably you have good working conditions for them and they're
We have
protected.
excellent
So
conditions and benefits.
So, Santa, the question I have for you is, have you been following the Arctic sea ice forecast? And do you know what a blue ocean event is?
Well, isn't the ocean always blue? What's the deal? Do you guys have
Okay,
different color
perhaps
water down there?
I should be more specific. Poor Santa. Oh, dear Santa. Santa,
Oh
do you
dear.
realize that the Arctic sea ice is dwindling before our very eyes and that we are experiencing the death of the Arctic sea ice as we know it right now? Are you cognizant of that fact, Santa Claus?
Well, gotta say I'm a little behind the times, Jennifer, and
Oh,
I too am guilty of just kind of going on my merry way and playing Santa Claus, and but I've noticed a lot less ice, and some of the
oh.
animals have been complaining, uh, and so yeah, what is going on there?
Well, Santa,
She'll be back. She froze. God knows why. I
the
Oh,
haven't. Up.
Arctic
Here she is. Go ahead.
the Arctic sea ice is going away, Santa. So the only reason I bring it up is because I do know, as you've just said, that you've got your whole little workshop there, and you probably have your sleighs and your little elves and Mrs. Claus in your house. What's your contingency plan when the Arctic sea ice basically goes away and your whole shed and your workshop and your sleigh shed and everything falls into the ocean? What are your plans?
well, aren't you just a ho 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 kind of gal over there, telling me my world is going to crumble? Ho, 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 ho,
Oh,
ho.
I'm sorry,
Well,
Santa.
yeah, I guess I need a dose of some heavy coffee to make myself a little more aware of what's going on here. You do call yourself the coffee house, so yeah. Well, I have some magical contingency plans that probably don't apply much to your human condition. Fortunately, I signed up for the cosmic consciousness version of the game, so I have a little. I have some sidetracks and some little cheater codes that allow me to get around some of the things that the rest of you don't get to get around. If you get my drift, so
Yeah.
yeah. All that
Yeah.
to say, I got
I
magical.
get your
I got
drift.
magical. I get magical ways out of these things, but some of my human friends up there and my animal friends, I got to take some of them with me. But I know there's lots of others up there that are yeah, in themselves are quite a pickle, and then basically in the from what I hear, the whole planet's in a bit of a pickle now. It's a yeah, it's quite a thing going on.
Well, I have a question for you, Santa. People were talking about anxiety a little bit in the chat, and I thought, well, there is anxiety out there. And what do you do? And what do you suggest for those of us that have planetary anxiety?
Oh boy. Okay. We got to put on my Santa therapy hat here. That's when I think
Okay,
the ball
put your.
goes to the other side.
Okay,
Oh,
the
There, yeah.
therapist Santa. All right.
there
Yes.
is, yeah.
Okay. So again, we have to take a deep breath. We have to remember we signed up for a crazy game. A crazy game. Not only did we sign up for it, but we made up the game and then we decided we were going to play this crazy forgetting game. And then we get into the game, and of course, we forget. And we find ourselves getting very much attracted and drawn into the human side of the story. And we forget that we too are the cosmic consciousness, that the deep peace, the everlasting peace, if you will, the the depth of who we are is this 14 billion year cosmic unfolding, right? That we are the magic of the universe spinning around and creating these elements and creating galaxies and creating solar systems and stars. And if the earth doesn't fall in love with the sun, none of this happens. And the unfolding of life on the planet and the life coming from the water and life growing on the land and plants learning how to eat sunshine and animals crawling out of the water and learning to eat plants and eat the byproduct of the plants to keep them going. And all of this is swirling of magic that's been going on for 14 billion years. And because of the dang forgetting game, we sit here going, I'm just little Susie trying to figure out how to do this thing. And we get caught up and we get anxious and we forget that we're so much more than our bodies. We know that life happens and death happens, right? But life is not the opposite of death. There's birth and death. Those two are opposites. But life plays throughout the whole story from 14 billion years ago that you may or may not remember to 14 billion years past that you may or may not get to remember. But that's who you are. And so to remember that joy, that deep knowing of who we are is where we go when the human game gets a little too crazy. And that's the place where people can find that peace, that knowing that says, it's a crazy game and I know it. And I signed up for it and I created it and I'm part of the whole thing. And this is just a tiny little spot right here of us trying to play the human game in 2020. So I hope that helps. It's a universal answer, if you will, but finding that place for yourself, however you find that place for yourself. Is it animals? Is it nature? Is it sewing or singing or what is it that reminds you of that bigger story of who you are? And focus there as best you can while you're navigating the craziness of the grand forgetting game.
The grand forgetting game. Mm-mm-mm.
Whoa.
Wow, Santa. The other day I heard I think it was he was talking, it was a physicist talking about quantum physics, and there's quite a lot of interest in the, well, the, maybe it's the after or the, I'm not really that well versed in it. I thought maybe you were a little bit in this part. Is it spiritual? What is it, Santa Claus?
What is the? I'm not certain I understood your question.
The quantum physics. Do you know anything about quantum
Oh,
physics?
well, they're breaking it down in lots of different ways now, but it really all goes back to the big story, right? The big story. And
Yeah.
we talk about 14 billion years, and that's just the size of the story that that we think we can understand, right? With where we're at. And the quantumness of it is that within all of it is all of it, right? That when I say you've been here since, if you want to just call it the Big Bang for lack of a better thing, whatever the start was, whatever you want to believe the start was, and however you want to believe it started, you were there before that. You are
Yeah.
life happening through all of it, and within every bit of this life mixing and matching in this what they call the quantum field and even the quantum soup, that the magic of life is all of it. And we've tricked ourselves into forgetting that so that we can play this game of remembering and forgetting. And we play that and we play that and we play that. Ho, 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 ho. And when it's time for us not to be in the game anymore, and we do the thing called die, right? What do you imagine
Yeah.
happens? Where do you think the magic that is putting you together, what happens to that magic when it doesn't have to do it for your body anymore?
Hmm.
And it remembers
I don't
itself as the soup,
know.
in the soup, being everything, right? And
Yeah.
in that grand remembering, we laugh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, what a great trick we played on ourselves. What an amazing game. And it only seemed like an instant because, of course, time is one of the tricks we put in the game, right? And so when time is not there and this confining of a body bag is not there, oh, 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 the peace, the freedom, it's all there. And you remember that it was all there the whole time
Yeah.
and that we tricked
Like
ourselves
you.
into this crazy game.
Like you. Keith Hayes said Santa has to know since on December 25th, he has to be in a million places at the same time.
Quantum
Yeah, right?
Santa. There you go.
Right. There you go. We have Quantum Santa with us.
Ah, we have
Oh my
quantum
God.
Santa.
I knew you knew
You,
something about this. Collective
I thought,
consciousness. Fairy dust says collective consciousness. You see, there's those that talk about all this out there. I think it's of course I don't have the names right in Greg. And well, I forget it. It's just interesting. All these things are, so interesting to me.
Yeah. Well, we've
Hi
been
Basil.
talking about quantum mechanics and
Yeah.
string theory and
Yeah.
field. And what's so interesting about that, Santa, and I'd really like to get your point of view on this, but all these discoveries of multidimensionality and having kind of a unified field, things that Rupert Sheldrake talked about, it's
Rupert
all
Sheldrake,
being
yes.
found that these were like the original tenets of some ancient religions like Buddhism and Hinduism and things like that. So how do you account for that, Santa, that these, discoveries in physics with the field and quantum mechanics are actually tenets of ancient Buddhism?
well, we are remembering,
Chew on that.
right? We are we are remembering in all different ways and from all different angles. And so we're learning and we're capturing, we're seeing through the veil when we do. And and so all of it is presenting itself in different ways to itself, right? We are the universe checking ourselves out, right? We are the universe daring to see all aspects of ourselves, and that's why we're all different. Because Sandy, the only way that the universe can know itself as Sandy is through you, right? So the universe gets the Sandy peephole, if you will, the chance to see itself and know itself through the Sandy people,
Through the little
right?
sandy people.
And so
Okay.
There you go. Have you ever been called a peephole before?
No,
Oh,
no,
no.
no. I have never been called a
Oh,
peephole before. No.
okay. Well, there's something new for your Christmas, Sandy. Oh, now, Jennifer, I don't know if I
Hey!
answered. Don't know if I answered your question, Jennifer. Tell me what I'm. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Santa, anything goes. Just whatever you want to say. It's all great.
okay. Well,
I
next
just wanted
question,
to say.
please. I guess.
Well, let's see.
What's happening?
Keith says dead and nowhere to go. Well, it is interesting. Oh, well, a boy and a shopping cart are here, and he says if Santa shows up, I'm going to have to jack his sleigh.
Oh,
You
oh,
have
oh,
the
oh.
end time sleigh.
There you go.
Kim likes your Santa laugh.
Well,
Yes.
thank you, Kim. It is
Yes.
the cosmic chuckle, we call it, when you remember. When you remember what's going on, you can't help but laugh.
Yeah, right.
Oh
You
my
can't help but laugh
gosh.
and cry at the same time.
Well, yes, we've
Okay,
laughed ourselves into tears many
come
times.
on, guys. Don't we have any questions for Santa out there? I mean, anything goes. Santa knows all. Jennifer, give him a
Oh,
hard one. Give him a hard question.
Oh God, well,
well,
it's not
She's
really in
thinking.
the Christmas
I could
spirit,
tell
but
you.
but when
That's
I
all right.
was
Let's go
talking
to
to
the
my
humbug
sister,
category. Let's
it
spin this
is.
thing
This is a
around.
humbug. This is
It's not
Okay,
all bells and cookies.
no,
so let's
it's
go.
not
Go
Santa.
for it,
Just
Jennifer. Go to the
push your
humbug
buttons.
category.
Um, yeah. So I was talking to my sister today, and this new variant of the coronavirus has come out in England, and everybody's like shut communications to like you can't. There's like 10,000 truckers lined up in France, shut down the channel, and there's just basically no one's doing anything, and all the air things. And anyway, so the point is this new coronavirus variant is 70% more contagious than the old one. So basically, it's super aerosolized or something. But in any case, it's super contagious. Is there any bright side to any of this, Santa, with the coronavirus? Why are we all getting sick? What's up with this coronavirus? And can you take it away just like magic?
Ho ho ho! Oh, that's a good one, little Jenny. I got your number. What was that number? I think I remember your number. Eight
Eight
six eight
two
six
seven
seven
nine three
five
zero.
three.
Oh, nah.
Sorry.
Oh boy, Santa, there's
Sometimes
a
I
lot of
get
questions for
distracted.
you. After that, we've got more questions. All right, Jennifer, that was a good
Okay,
question. What do you think, Santa?
that
Give
is.
give us a stab here.
What is this COVID corona craziness? And I have just heard of this new strain or mutation or whatever fancy words they put on it. It's like whoa, because I think that much like many, I was just playing along, thinking, okay, vaccine thing, the curve goes down, and we figure this thing out, and things start to come into whatever the new way is going to be. And then I just heard of this, so actually I haven't spent much time pondering what, how,
Hmm.
why, if the magic of the universe, if ho ho, is working, right? So have we become too human centric? Have we become, and it's hard not to be as a human, but that's part of the game. Have we become so focused on what's best for me, human, now, that we have needed a big wake up call, right? Because obviously, from your work with the climate and other stuff, you know that we have been steering the ship in a way that is not heading us in a good direction. So, a loving universe may very well be trying to bump the boat over and say, we've got to get off of this track. What's it going to take to steer the human experiment in a way that gives it a chance?
that actually makes sense. What is it going to take? But what is it going to
And
take?
I get the feeling that we are aiming ourselves trying to get back to normal, right? That in general, folks just want things to be the way that it was. And if that was the path that we're trying to steer the boat back to, then the loving universe needs to say, come on, humans, right? We've got to do it differently. And so if that first wave didn't get it, then here's a little stronger of a push, because you can't keep going that way. And so that, as sad as that seems, with all the pain and suffering that it's already caused, it hasn't shifted our mindset, and we need a consciousness shift in order to steer this thing. And so is the universe doing everything that it can to push us that way?
So, Santa, one of the things you do is you take children on your knee and ask them if they've been naughty or nice. I've always thought that was extremely creepy. But in any case, it's all right,
Well, let's wait 1 minute. Somebody made that up. I don't keep a list. That's silly. Some goofballs made up some idea about naughty and nice and a judgmental Santa Claus. Why would a cosmic quantum Santa need to be judgmental about whether you think you were naughty or nice?
And why would you need a knee?
Naughty and nice.
Knee.
Well, the knee is for pictures. Let's face it. Okay, it's all about pictures.
Somebody asked if you call Mrs. Claus a hoe. Oh.
Well, sometimes 3 times in a row. That's on a good night.
Sometimes. Oh, that's on a good night. Holy shit. Oh, my gosh. I want to see what else I have. There was something else people were talking about in the... boy.
Yesterday somebody asked me, how come you're fat? They said, how come you're fat? And I said, I'm Quantum Santa. I could be whatever shape I wanted. But if I was a hunk, you couldn't relate to me in the same way. So I said, how about I be a big fat guy and I show them that I could love myself even though I'm overweight. And so that maybe others could love themselves when they get a little overweight. Because I'm here to remind you.
Santa, Lisa wants the lotto winning numbers right now.
Right now. Okay, Lisa, here, write them down.
Good one, Lisa. That was good,
did you
Lisa.
hear that? I can only say it once.
Who is Olive the other reindeer? Oh, we're having a lot of fun in this chat. We go to seriousness and then it goes right back to Sunday night silliness. Well, I mean, Santa, I could bring you something, ask you a question too. And do you think I've been naughty or nice?
Well, again, the story that you guys have believed about Santa Claus is kind of creepy. I do not watch you when you're sleeping. So
it's creepy,
keeping track. Right, that's real creepy. Why'd you guys make Santa such a creep? You're giving me a bad name. And then you use my image to see if you could sell everything in the world? Oh my God, it's like, I wasn't paying attention for a while, and then I looked up, and it's like, oh, how is my 3 billion humans doing? And next thing I know, you're going to 8 billion humans? It's like, oh my God, you guys you guys like to make babies. And, it's like, holy. And then all the stuff you're using, and you've turned Christmas into this 3-month shopping bonanza, and you use me to try to sell everything.
Oh, Santa.
Coca-Cola. You want me to sell Coca-Cola? It's like, what? Chocolate milk, maybe. Coca-Cola? So I'm a little pissed, if you want to know the truth. You guys have been kind of making me out to be the bad guy. Sheesh.
We got to add Ms. Jen back. Okay. All right. Making you out to be the bad guy? We're
Well,
making you
yeah. So
out to be the
it's
bad guy. You're not the bad
sometimes.
guy.
Well, I mean,
Jennifer, is he the
I
bad
don't think so,
guy?
but uh,
No. No, Jennifer, he's not the bad
no,
guy.
actually,
I'm
it's a
playing with
paradox.
technology. We got to move you back in the middle,
That's right.
Santa. We need a Santa sandwich.
Well,
I
yes,
got to
I like
fix
to.
this. Yeah, we need to get Santa in the
That's
middle somehow. And
all right.
Jennifer's
Let's
now
see if we
alone.
go.
Ooh, we're playing
Oh,
Pop the
wait, there's no
Screen.
snow.
What is happening?
Here
Nothing.
comes Santa
I'm
Claus.
just playing. I'm trying to get him back in the middle, but this doesn't. It doesn't give me a way to like just go pop. We just have
Right.
Jennifer. Say Jennifer, you're alone on the screen. Keeps moving around. Okay, now we add me.
I'm sure
Okay,
that's
it's
very
back
not
the way I
entertaining.
want it. I had a lot of fun. We were
Okay,
playing
well done.
musical chairs. Oh, this is fun.
Musical Santa. There
This
we go. We
is
got that.
musical. It was musical Santa. This is Silly Sunday. Silly Sunday. Hi, Donna
Ho, ho,
Zek.
ho.
Yes, yes, yes. Let's see. What else is going on in there? Oh, Climate Marcher John wanted to ask you a question. I think it was something about what did you want for Christmas, but I don't watch you when you're sleeping, he said, but he knows we like making babies. Sounds like inside info to me. Now your buddy,
Well,
Climate Marcher John.
Mr. Climate
Uh-oh.
Marcher John, I know you, little whippersnapper. I said you have lots of babies. I didn't say anything about how you create them or what hoota hootah's going on there. Just
Oh,
that there's
boy.
7.5 billion people, and I'm smart enough to know that means you're making babies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
John.
it is the festive time of religion, I guess, but maybe the religious people have to start sending, around birth control ideas for people and let women have control of their own selves. And
Amen.
no control, worldwide, women like control of their own selves. And then perhaps there wouldn't be so many babies because women could say no. And now let's get on to another contentious issue. Jennifer, pick one out of that.
I don't know. I'm having a lot of connectivity issues
Again?
tonight, Sandy.
What do you think happens there?
Don't worry about
It happens in
it. So,
Jennifer lives like you live in the mountain, like the valley of the mountains, right? Do you
yeah,
think
they
do you
should do
think
better than this.
well,
It,
oh, well,
so,
we all have all these miserable problems with internet. Yeah, Santa. When is rural America going to get broadband? God damn it. I mean, yes, we're going to
Oh,
collapse, but can I collapse with broadband, please?
yes, we definitely want to be able to watch. The
Oh,
collapse will be
Jesus Christ.
broadcast in 5G, right? Isn't that where
Oh,
it'll be
yeah.
6G by then or something?
Yeah.
that's what
And
we're planning on doing. Yeah.
And
I don't know about that stuff.
then everything's going to die. Yeah. Then all the little bugaboos are going to die. Well, do we really know what
Don't say it.
5G? Oh, don't
I,
say it.
I don't.
They don't have a
Don't say
shot
it.
in hell. Okay. All right, Santa Claus. I won't say it. I will not say anything. I will not. So, guys out there, we've got 45 people watching, and I would love to know. Oh, let's see. Antarctica. Boy, Antarctica has a super volcano under it. Holy crap! Holy crap! And
Oh, that livens things up.
Anthony wants to collapse on a soft sofa. I don't even own a sofa. We don't have a sofa. No. So tell us a little bit
Oh,
more
so
about
fun.
yourself, Santa, before you go. Let's hear about what you do usually. Like, what I remember your friend Peter taught us the unity sign.
Oh, yes, that little crafty lad. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Can you? Yes, that little crafty lad. It was the going and yes,
yes, and it's part of the remembering and forgetting game, right? We used to think we were
the
we used to think we were separate. And that's
no,
the whole trick. We create separation mentality. But when we
yeah,
remember that we are one here in our hearts, then we can come from that remembering and act together peacefully on the planet. And that's what he's trying to do with that unity sign. The peace in and a peace out. That's a beautiful way to try to express that you understand that it's a crazy game that we're in. And all we can do is
yeah.
find it deep inside and bring it back out. And when we'll forget, just like meditation, I'm sure many of you try to meditate. When you lose focus on the
Yes.
meditation, then you just have to almost laugh at yourself. Well, I lost. Back to the game, right? It's just follow the breath, follow the breath. Hey, I got distracted. I got distracted. Follow the breath, follow the breath. Remember, right? Remember that the magic is in you, it is you, and you are sharing it around the world with everything you say and do. And that's what you're doing. And all we can do is the best we can do right now. And we give that empathy to other people and to ourselves as we take care of ourselves, give ourselves the gift of our presence, our alignment with what we know is true, the grand story of what's true, not some crazy something we make up about not being good enough or missing the mark, but the grand truth that we are universal, quantum, cosmic, crazy wonderfulness, right? Just swirling around, trying to make sense of a crazy remember forgetting game, and just breathing in and breathing out and playing the game one beautiful moment at a time. It's been great to be here with you guys. Ho, ho,
Ah,
ho, ho,
Santa,
ho.
it's just been wonderful. It's just been wonderful. We really didn't expect that you were going to be coming, so it's great. Jennifer, you got anything left to,
Yeah.
to discuss with Santa?
Well, Santa, I'm really happy to know that you're not watching us when we're sleeping and that nobody's keeping tallies on whether we're naughty and nice. And I also
Yes.
agree with you when you say that humanity has got to make a consciousness jump in order to get through the complexity and the multidimensionality and the strangeness and the powerful moment that we find ourselves in right now. So, anything you can do to further that end, Santa, we need all the help we can get.
Right.
Yes. Well, know that it's happening. Know that the magic of the universe is working for you, even when it doesn't look like it, that you are being guided. Your species is being guided as best we can guide. And it
No, we
is, it is,
we need we need that, and we need Santa not to be representative of materialism. We need Santa to be
oh,
representative of peace and love and namaste and all the good things, and teach the children that it isn't about getting and getting and getting and wanting. We need a different kind of Santa. We need your kind of Santa.
amen. We need
We need Santa's voice
have
to
gone
come back.
crazy.
Well,
Your,
Santa, can you
your,
say it again?
your companies have gone crazy. Yes, I say we gotta, your companies have gone crazy with all of this materialism and all the advertising and everybody's thinking that generosity equals physical gifts. And that's not what it is. And so to some degree, this is when I get upset. It's like, no, you made Santa into this sell shit guy, right? And it's like, no, I'm so much more than that, right?
Ah,
It's the
so
inner generosity,
that's what it is.
of spirit, of empathy, of what you can do. That phone call you can make to your sister or a cousin you haven't talked to, or to stop in and check on a neighbor, the little things, the smile. And if the person doesn't smile back, he needed the smile more than anyone, right? And to just know that that's the giving spirit, that's the generosity that we need to find as a species. And it's one moment at a time from you and everyone else, doing our best to remember not just this holiday season, but on and on and on as we play the great remembering and forgetting game.
Well, everybody, don't forget to click like in that remembering and forgetting game. Click like and subscribe. We got some good stuff coming up in 2021. Me and Jennifer, we're a team for as long as it takes till we all become perma mush, until our ashes are just in some urn on my daughter's friggin' dresser or in the drawer in the back of it, like my father is. It's terrible. Very macabre. You'll be getting some more macabre videos, Andy. Don't worry. So I'm going to let Jennifer. I'm saying adieu. You'll see the other part two of my the video I made for you guys last night on the banality of the virus. And Jen, what's going on? What's shaking,
Well,
Jen?
I think, we're coming to the end of 2020, and so many things have happened in 2020. It's going to be written about in history books. They better write about it fast, though, the way the world's going. And so best wishes to everybody, and hope you all have a happy holiday season if you do celebrate the holidays. And looking forward to a very good, informative, and eventful 2021 with all of you.
Yeah. And Jen, we'll be back together next Sunday, which is still 2020, right? When is New Year's Eve? Yeah, still 2020. So we're going to have one more. Yeah. And that's probably going to be a recap of what's going on this year. We just had fun with Santa Claus tonight, and we really, really appreciate you. Thank you, Santa, and everybody in the audience that came for us to have a little bit of a spiritual, quantum-minded, meditative. Oh yes, Lance did ask, what kind of meditation do you do? I forgot to ask you.
Well, it's joy. The meditation of joy.
Okay, that's a great way to.
It comes this way. The joy comes out. We don't try to bring the joy in. We move the joy out. And so with every breath, we smile on the inhale because we remember. And on the exhale, we joy. In joy.
Beautiful.
Enjoy. All right, guys. Jennifer, I love you, and I'll talk to you this week. Peter, Santa, whatever your name is, thank you so much for brightening our little Sunday night live up, where we usually bring you the best of the best of the worst that's going on. Really, I mean, when we talk about the Arctic, we feel it. It hurts. It hurts. Yeah. We don't even know. We've never been. Well, Jennifer's, more of a traveler, but there's still something and some goodness. And Peter, and you brought it. Thank you. Peace out, guys.
Merry
Thank
Christmas.
you. Yes. Merry Christmas.
Much
and
love.
all of that. Happy Hanukkah for all of you that celebrate Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and
yes. All of them.
Everybody, just
sake.
enjoy. And the last one is from Jim McHenry. Wonderful person. Peace, Santa. Thanks for the gift. She's sitting beside me on the couch. That was awesome. That was really the best one to end with. I loved it. Peace out. Peace out, guys.
Peace.
All right. Bye-bye. Da, 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 da.